Hi everyone, thanks for spending your Sunday evening with us. I'm Evan Durrani. We're now only 2 days away from Christmas, and last night a bit of fresh snow came down here locally with heavier snow over the mountain passes. Michelle Boss has been tracking the trouble spots and our chances of any additional snow. She joins us now from the Weather Center. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Well, the trouble spots continue to be across the higher elevations in the mountains. Still seeing some snow-covered roads across Snoqualmie, Stevens Pass. Lookout Pass kind of slippery right now. But as far as the rest of us, well, the snow is coming to an end. We still have a little bit of rain right now and maybe a rain-snow mix out in the Coeur d'Alene area, but most of the precipitation in the valleys is diminishing and temperatures are well above freezing this afternoon. So it was really pretty this morning, and now there's hardly any snow left as I went from the valley to here up in the South Hill this afternoon. Not a whole lot of snow left out there, even on those grassy surfaces. We do still have some winter weather advisories that will continue throughout the evening across the eastern slopes and across the Blues in southeastern Washington. And then winter weather advisory continues for additional snow showers across the Cascade Passes, Snoqualmie and Stevens, and across the Idaho Panhandle. So those areas, Stevens, Snoqualmie, Lookout Pass, will likely still see some slippery roads through tomorrow morning. Here's a look at Snoqualmie Pass right now. It's a little bit dicey out there, but it is still open and traffic is moving. Same at Stevens Pass. Some snow and slush on the roadways, but travel still going slowly across there. Lookout Pass also reporting some snow-covered and slippery conditions. All right, temperatures, and I mentioned in the valley locations, melting off what little snow there is left. 36 right now in Spokane, a little bit cooler in Coeur d'Alene, 33 degrees in the 40s in Lewiston, 34 degrees in Moses Lake. What we're going to be looking at over the next couple of days is keeping the clouds around and maybe dealing with some fog and some areas of freezing fog during the overnight hours. Temperatures dropping to just below freezing overnight. Should be around 32 by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Kind of a gray day and mostly cloudy for your Christmas Eve with a high of 37.
Sounds great, Michelle. We'll check back in with you in just a few minutes. Tomorrow marks 3 weeks since Spokane native Anne McClain and the rest of the Expedition 58 crew arrived at the International Space Station. For the past few weeks, we've been bringing you updates of how McClain has been working hard with all of her research, but now it's time for a little holiday fun. Anne and her team have been preparing for Christmas for a little while now. KREM 2's Shayna Walltower is in the newsroom now with more on how they're bringing the holidays all the way up to space. Hi, Shayna.
Hi, Evan. Yeah, we're down here on Earth getting ready for Christmas, which is coming in just 2 days, but about 200 miles outside of this planet, our Spokane friend Anne McClain is also making some Christmas preparations of her own. Yeah, the holidays don't just happen here on Earth, and this Christmas marks a pretty important day for space crews, so here's how the ISS team is celebrating.
We are now approaching lunar sunrise.
December 24th, 1969 marked a historical day for space exploration. It was the first time humans had ever orbited the moon. People watched from all around the world as these astronauts made history, and it was the first time humans would spend Christmas in space. Now, 50 years later, a lot has changed with research, groundbreaking investigations, and even a crew on board the International Space Station. So what is this year's expedition crew working on now? Well, celebrating Christmas, of course. Holidays come in space too, so astronaut Anne McClain has taken on a second mission. This one involves helping Santa, but it's a bit more of a secret.
And I can't reveal too much about that mission, but truly a special mission for us up here on board.
As a part of this mission, McClain and her fellow astronauts have gotten the help of a nosy friend, Elf on the Shelf. This guest seems to have come up quite a bit in McClain's tweets, but it seems to be keeping the crew in line.
Well, since the elf isn't looking, I'm gonna eat the cookies.
What? No! Well, mostly. Now, things aren't all play on the ISS. They are doing work. This past Tuesday, all 6 astronauts on the ISS gathered for a change of command ceremony. The 3 members of Expedition 57, which is the first crew, had completed their mission and were ready to head back to Earth. The commander of that crew passed along the ISS key to McClain's team before they left for a successful flight back to Earth on Thursday. Now, McClain and the other 2 astronauts are the only ones aboard the ISS. That just means more room for a Christmas feast of pressurized space food and desserts. Yeah, now a little over a week ago, a cargo ship brought up thousands of pounds of supplies, including Christmas gifts for the crew. So Anne's got some presents from her family to remind her of home. Well, we'll keep bringing you updates on Anne, her research, and what else she's been up to. But for now, reporting in the newsroom, Shayna Waldtower. I'll send it back to you, Evan.
Thank you, Shayna. I guess everyone deserves to be able to celebrate the holidays. Well, switching gears now to national news. Hundreds of people in Indonesia continue to seek refuge in temporary shelters today after their homes were destroyed by the deadly tsunami that hit yesterday. The death toll is now up to 222 people. That is the number killed and hundreds more hurt. More than 700 buildings were damaged, according to the National Disaster Management Agency. The tsunami followed an eruption and possible landslide on one of the world's most infamous volcanic islands. It was the second deadly tsunami to hit Indonesia this year, but the one that killed more than 2,500 people on Sulawesi in September was accompanied by a powerful earthquake that gave residents a brief warning before the wave struck. President Donald Trump has named Washington State native Deputy Defense Chief Patrick Shanahan as acting U.S. Defense Secretary. The move comes 3 days after Defense Secretary James Mattis resigned over Trump's decision to pull all U.S. troops out of Syria. Shanahan, a longtime Boeing executive, was nominated for the deputy job in early 2017. He moved up through the management ranks at Boeing over a career that began in 1986. The Puget Sound Business Journal called him a Boeing fix-it man. In March 2016, he oversaw the company's global supply chain strategies and use of advanced manufacturing technologies. Shanahan was central to getting the 787 Dreamliner on track after production problems in the program's early years, the report said. The sudden changing of positions the sudden change strips Mattis of any chance to further frame national security policy or smooth rattled relationships with allies through the originally planned transition before the end of February.